Well, welcome back everyone to Sheltered Stages, the show where two formerly sheltered homeschoolers, now adults, talk about the complexities of life one crazy Reddit story at a time. My name is Andrew.
And my name is Philip.
And we have another special guest for this special Valentine's Day episode. You have heard of us speak of her in depth many times, me more than Philip, but we have the woman, the myth, the legend, Andrew's wife.
She is revealed on the podcast.
She is finally revealed. Face reveal.
She's
and again,
real. I mean, I know everyone on there is going, is she actually out there?
Though? How much did you have to pay her to show up?
On the messages, on the live things when we go over, is she a bot?
Absolutely.
Is it something else that you're using?
What AI
is it just Andrew?
Are you implementing? Yeah. Andrew's switching between 3 separate tabs.
Exactly. No, she's real. She's here. She's wonderful.
Yes, absolutely.
Just tell us a little bit about yourself, your name, and like why you're here on this episode.
Yeah, so I'm Bree. I am Andrew's wife. I guess a fun thing about me is I am definitely unsheltered. I was raised in public school and survived that and ended up with a homeschooler. So I guess it worked out okay for me. I have 4 cats that I love that are at home and annoy me sometimes, but I love them, and we get to raise them together and deal with all the crazy and the chaos. And that's a little bit about me. I'm excited to be on the show for once.
That's fair.
We're excited to have you on the show. It's so great.
Thank you.
Yes. So have you done any, you haven't done any podcast stuff or things?
Nope, this would be my first time. I think the only time I've ever been on video is for a telehealth appointment or a Teams meeting at work. Yes. So that's about all I got for you.
So you're getting a little bit of that professional Bree showing up.
Yes.
That's fair. I like that. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm sorry that you weren't homeschooled. You didn't get to enjoy the wonders that homeschooling gives you.
Yes. Definitely only pros and no cons whatsoever.
Of course. We're not being facetious at all. But Andrew, this is the second a non-homeschooled individual we've had on the show.
I feel like obviously she was grandfathered in because,
Okay.
What is it called when it's by marriage? I can't think of the terminology.
That is a good question. What is that word? I don't know. We're going to move on.
All right, anyways.
That's it. Love is in the air, though.
Yes.
It's around. We have these 2 lovebirds on the show because it's near Valentine's Day. Everyone is planning on how they're going to show their sweetheart those special little things to let them know that they care about them.
Yes.
And so instead of doing that on the show, I would like to torture my 2 friends.
I don't know what I signed up for.
That transition, but okay.
By having them play a little fun game. But before we fully get into what this game is going to be, I think we should start the intro
now. That was good. That was very good.
All right, hopping back into it. It's Valentine's Day, so I thought I would serve you guys a really nice dinner. This dinner, though, instead of actual food, which I know you would enjoy because food is good, is going to be questions. Questions in the style of the Newlywed Game. Have you played this game before?
No, but I was told there was going to be filet mignon or something.
I had to get her over here some way. Okay, I had to.
You were lied to. I'm so sorry. But these questions are just as scrumptious, if not more scrumptious, than any filet mignon out there. I have picked these wonderful questions for you guys.
Okay.
So there's different courses. This is how this is going to work. Basically, for the Newlywed Game, for those who don't know, I'm going to ask both of them questions at the same time. And then Andrew and Bree are going to have to answer the question without letting each other know what that question is. And then we'll see if they are both correct. Maybe one has one answer, one has another answer, or maybe they're both like, I have no clue. That's the fun part about it. We don't know what they're going to say, and hopefully they don't know what each other is going to say either. That's what makes it more fun.
Well, let's talk a little bit about where the foundation we're coming from. Yes. So we have been together since 2019. I say, looking at her with my eyes wide, to be like, that's correct, right? I'm so bad with dates. But we actually matched on Bumble the day after Valentine's Day, right?
No, it was
Valentine's Day. That's
yeah.
right. Okay, yeah. So we matched on Bumble on Valentine's Day. So this is kind of our this will be our Bumble anniversary in a sense.
So cute.
And then we got officially started dating a month later after going and grabbing some coffee and some dinner and watching some movies and all of the fun stuff that people do. And we've been together for 7 years now.
Yeah.
Married for 4 of those.
I thought Andrew was going to friend zone me when he asked me to be his girlfriend. But here we are, 7 years later. And yeah, he did not friend zone me.
We were standing outside a restaurant. I was like, well, I have something important to ask you or to tell you. Or I think it was ask you. And I think that was when you were like, oh no, he's going to friend zone me.
Yep.
And I was like, no, I want to like confirm the relationship.
Okay, so those are 2 of my first questions on here.
okay.
Oh no.
No, it's okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. Brit service is what it was called.
Okay.
But yes,
I'm
you've
sorry,
got
I
2 of
ruined
those. There's
your-
one more.
your-
No. It's okay. It's okay. You know, you were very hungry, so we
Yes,
gave you a
sorry.
little bit in the beginning. My second question, I would say along that is, who told who that they wanted to date them first? So who is the one who really initiated the relationship?
Initiated the
Yes.
relationship.
I know my answer
You know your answer?
with confidence.
Okay, go ahead. Write it on down.
Okay.
It's kind of ASMR too, hearing like the markers go. For those who are listening only, they have whiteboards with markers and they're just writing down their answers there. And I'm just like listening on my headphones, like, oh, this is kind of nice. All right, 3, 2, 1.
Great.
It was me.
Oh, nice. Okay, so tell us a little bit about the initiation.
Where you're thinking the initiation happened.
Well, so obviously we met online on Bumble, and so I know, like, I was kind of hinting more at, like, oh, like, when are you off? Like, trying to kind of get him to ask me out was kind of what my thought was like,
yeah.
So that's kind of where my brain went, like, when you said initiating dating, because it's so weird when you meet online versus, like, in person. But I know I was more of just like, oh, I'm off on Thursday. What are your days off this week? Aww. And then he's the one that officially did ask me out on a date.
Okay.
But I definitely think I pushed it a little bit more.
No, that was what I was going to say, because the thing I think about is how, like, smoothly, and this might be one of your questions I'm stealing from later,
go ahead.
how smoothly you came in to ask for my number versus, like, using the messaging app. Because she was like, oh, well, the place that I work has terrible service and I don't always get notifications. So, like, if you want to exchange numbers, we could text that way. And I was just like, okay, all right, I'm down for it.
I can be smooth. It's okay.
Well done.
Yes, very, very impressive. All
Okay,
right.
my next question for you guys, it's a memory question.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Where was your first date?
Oh, this is easy.
And if it's like a very specific space, well, you can tell me what the specific space is. The more specific, the better. All right.
Sorry.
You write a full book over
Yes.
here. She's like, it was in a
We're
meadow.
writing the exact, I think
Next
we're
to
writing
a
the exact
river.
same thing. Do you want
All right,
to
3, 2, 1, go ahead.
It's the Starbucks at Disney Springs.
Oh, okay. Tell me a little bit about that.
So at the time, I lived over that way when Andrew and I first started dating. And so I was like, oh, like he actually asked me out for coffee. And then I was like, oh, so I'm sitting here thinking, well, if he's a serial killer, there's a less likely chance of me getting kidnapped at Disney Springs
That's
and
fair.
being taken to China
Yes.
versus going to an actual Starbucks, like a regular cafe. So, so we met
Yeah,
there.
it was, Starbucks. There was the, Scott, go ahead.
No. So, like, was it only China, or was it like, did you go to like Brazil?
I mean, it could be anywhere, but like I wasn't going to
Okay.
take any chances, so
Okay.
might as well meet him at Disney.
So that was the second date where I took her around the world.
Okay, that's fantastic.
But, you know.
yes.
That's fair. I was just like, oh, that's a long way. That's
Yes.
a long way.
So we try and go, oh, I just realized we didn't do it this year.
No, we did not get a chance to do
This,
it.
this,
What'd you
this
do?
holiday season was crazy. Around our anniversary, we always try and go back to the Disney Spring Starbucks and get coffee and just sit there.
is
We did go
so
into it though.
darn
Yes, we did go
We
into
did go in, yes. We didn't get to like get coffee and stuff, but we'll go
Okay.
into, we'll do like the Christmas tree trail and then we'll do like get coffee and go sit down and stuff like that.
Okay.
So, it's fun
Yeah.
stuff.
Andrew also was late, by the way.
I was throwing up,
Andrew.
honestly. I was so nervous. It was my first.
Okay,
so
that's fair.
This is I'm sure we'll talk about it later, but we might not.
Yeah, go ahead.
This was she was my first second match actually on Bumble. And so I had not met up with anyone for a date. So she was my first time meeting up with someone online for a date. I had so much anxiety. I was throwing up. I was so nervous. There was a part of me that was like, I'm just going to cancel. I should just cancel. And I'm like, no, I can't do that. I can't do that.
Don't cancel. Don't
do it. But I was like 20 minutes late. I was late. Wow. I was very late. I was updating her along the way that I was running behind.
So you didn't just ghost you.
Right. And here I am about to throw up in the bathroom at Disney Springs because I'm already there, like waiting outside the Starbucks. I was
you're both just puking in different places. You could have just puked together.
I was like 15 or 20 minutes early because that's just how I was, and like I wanted to make sure I was on time. And
so you were like there for an hour and he was there like an hour late.
Exactly. So I'm just like sitting there like, okay, maybe he'll show up, but at least I could play it off with coffee versus like sitting down to a dinner and waiting.
Yes.
So I was like, I could play it off if he doesn't show, but yeah.
So. Fair. Okay. Well, those were the bread service before. Now let's hop into the appetizers. Right. Just to ask a little bit more about this. A history question, a little bit more. How long have you been married? More specific, the better. Okay. So you can give me just year.
Hold on.
You can give me days. You can give me months. You can give me hours and seconds. They got so quiet when they...
I got the math. Today is the 22nd.
Don't get it wrong, because there'll be punishments involved. There's no punishments. I have nothing.
I know, I'm having to do math too. And I'm like, this isn't working out well for me.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Flip it over.
4 years, 1 month, and 17 days.
Yeah!
We're going to beat the audience up.
That's insane. They both have the exact same time on there.
Yeah, and I don't know what time it is right now, but I believe we said I do around like 6:30 around that time. So
we got 15 minutes.
Yeah, so we got about 15 minutes. So yeah, negative 15 minutes, I guess.
That is fantastic. I'm very impressed. I thought you guys were going to fail that one.
I thought I was too, to be honest. I'm like, I don't know if I can math this.
Depending on the day of the week, it might have been much worse.
Okay.
I didn't have a class today that I taught, so my brain is still at
the
relative
math was
capacity.
Ready. That was good.
That is a fun sound.
Yeah, see, you can
a little
hear like
eraser on the whiteboard. That's a good ASMR sound.
The next one, who fancied who first? Because I know you met online with, is it Bumble?
Bumble, yes.
So who was the first one to say anything to even start flirting across there? Who was it? All right, 3, 2, 1.
Free.
Me.
Free? Yep. Yeah. You do like this one, please.
I like this one. With Bumble, they have a very different feature than a lot of other dating apps where the female actually has to initiate the conversation first.
Oh.
So which I hated because I have so much social anxiety that I was like, okay, yeah, there's no way that I'm going to be able to do this. But I got through that fear, and I think I literally just said like, hey there, with like a little winky face, and then that was like the start of it. But
I think you did the heart emoji.
Yeah, maybe. And then I know, like, I believe I did swipe on him first because we matched after he swiped on me.
Yes, that's true. Yes. I remember seeing you, like, there was like the blurred, there is a swipe waiting, and sometimes you would get those when like, it's like, hey, if you swipe right on someone, you might get a match. But I like... Yeah, no, you were the first one though, and also like on top of all of that, you were I was very reserved at first.
Aww.
Very reserved.
I'm just imagining Brie going in there, you know that meme where it has like, hey there, hot stuff.
Yeah, that was definitely me. 100%.
I would have absolutely, I'm glad she didn't, because I would have been like, retreat. I'm sheltered homeschooler. I don't know what to do.
Oh no. I've been caught. All right, another question, just more general on above you guys. Who's the funniest? I told you I had to throw some mean ones in there. All right, 3, 2, 1.
I think it's me.
It's Andrew. Nice. 100% Andrew.
Okay. And why is that?
I think just out of the two of us, like we do laugh with each other a lot, and I can joke a lot with him or with friends or things like that. But like he just organically is just like the funny guy, or like the one that's like I could see him being the class clown if he were in school. Like that's how I picture Andrew. But I love that about him, like just getting, to laugh with him, and he always makes funny jokes, and sometimes they're not so funny, and I don't like that. But
I have a lot of trauma to pull from, so it's helpful.
He does. So that makes it a little bit more challenging.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's definitely the more funny one out of the two of us.
And you got to play around with the jokes as well.
Yeah.
Play like you're his test audience for his jokes.
Exactly.
When she gets a good joke though. Oh, she gets good ones.
Okay.
It's so funny too. Like
Like
there
that.
was one that you did like a while back. I can't even remember the context, but I remember I was rolling laughing, and I can't remember what it was. So she is funny. I think I throw more against the wall.
Yes.
That like, and then so that way more sticks. But
But you're absolutely. There's times where I think Bree's like kind of just deadpan, just like this is stupid kind of jokes that I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, she's like says something. We're like, Bree,
It's always Barry. That's what I get from both of these two, actually. And I get in trouble a lot.
you can't say that. It's hilarious, but it's also like, no, we can't put it on the podcast. Yeah.
And he says I can't, but I just did.
All right. Who has, this is the last one for the appetizer, and we're going to get into the good stuff. Who has the last word in arguments? If you had to say who's got it. And I want the truth, not who you think has the last word.
Fair enough.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Bree.
Me.
Okay. I want to learn more. This is not, yeah, go ahead.
So I would say it's definitely me. It's something that like, we've worked through a little bit too, but I'm the talkative one when it comes to arguments. Like, I want to talk about it. I want us to squash it right now. Like, please tell me what's going on. Like, I'm the type of person who's like initiating everything. And then he's like, okay, I said what I'm going to say, and just peace, and that's it. And like, he just doesn't want to say anything anymore.
Okay.
And it's like, no, I'm not done. Like, we're going to keep going.
Hold on.
This is part one.
Yeah, like, you think this is done. That was just bullet point number 1 on what I had to talk to you about today.
Oh, gosh.
Yes, very true.
That's fair.
Yep.
And you agree with this, Andrew?
Yes, I would
Okay.
agree with my concurring blank,
Yes.
now blank whiteboard, but I did have her on there. Yeah, no, I think she just always has. I am very much where like I need to sit and compose thoughts, and then she is very much like, no, I've got a list and I'm ready to go. Let's go, and she's good for that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like that. All right. Well, you guys passed the appetizers.
Yay.
Hopefully they were
Are we like
delicious.
all for all right now? Have we missed one yet?
You're pretty good on that one.
all right.
I haven't really been keeping track. More for our first course, more homeschool centered questions.
Okay.
All
Now,
right.
just kind of the differences between. So the first one is, who is more likely to accidentally overshare to a stranger
To a stranger.
or someone they just met? All right, 3, 2, 1.
Andrew.
Andrew.
Yep, I could see it.
Yeah.
So reasons?
Andrew, I think it might be the middle child syndrome.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Okay.
But I think Andrew's problem sometimes is he shares too much too soon.
Okay.
And it's not a bad thing, but then I think that's why people like him. Like, even my aunts and my cousins, they're all like, we loved Andrew when we first met him. Like, he's so friendly, he's so nice. And it's like, I understand that he trusts them because they're my family, but I know that like that's just how he is. Like, he's just a very friendly guy. And me, on the other hand, I'm like, it's okay, I don't need to talk to you. Or like, even when we've been on cruises, or we went on our honeymoon, he was talkative to some of the people at like the bar, and I'm just sitting there like, yeah, I'm gonna go float over here with my margarita, like that's
Which is funny because like I'm beginning to recognize more and more, I think, that like while I have a lot of introverted tendencies, I think a lot of that more comes from like social anxiety. So the more and more that I am like, I think I'm not an extrovert where I just want to hang out with strangers all day, but I am like, once I get with like a small knit group of people that like I click with, I do talk a lot, and I do like, I would absolutely be down to be like, oh, I'm just gonna go hang out with this person because that sounds like fun. I'm like, dinner with friends on a random Tuesday night, sign me up.
That's fair.
So
when you're
like,
around people you care about.
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's a lot easier.
I think it's also like with all of the crazy jobs that I have worked, both with like the customer service jobs, but also like the sheriff's office and things like that, where it's like the threshold for what is uncomfortable to talk about with a stranger is like drastically different for me.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, yeah, let's just bear it all. I don't care. Like, you even when we were doing the podcast, you'll be like, are you sure you want to share that?
I say that
You
so
do that
often.
quite a bit.
Are you sure you want to share that? Are you okay with people knowing that about you?
Yeah, let's
about
do it.
Okay,
Let's let them hear I like Nickelback. You know, like,
Oh my gosh. Not Nickelback.
We could have forgotten about
Yeah.
that.
no,
Okay, that's
will
one of the
let-
things
I
I
will
want
let
to
it
go. Yeah.
stay in the forefront.
Okay, okay.
It's-
That's one of the things we've tried to go back in time to fix
Yes,
in the
I've said
opening of
no.
the episode.
It didn't work.
It doesn't work.
Didn't work.
Unfortunately, it did
doesn't
not work.
work.
Leave it alone. All right, so this is more on scheduling, time management, and things like that. Fun stuff that everyone loves. Okay, so who gets stressed when there isn't a plan? Who gets stressed when there isn't a plan? And I'll add another one on top of that. Who gets stressed when there is a plan? So twofer.
Oh.
It can be the same person, honestly. A person who's stressed when there isn't a plan, a person who's stressed when there is a plan. It doesn't matter. All right, 3, 2, 1.
I said both and neither.
I said Andrew.
That's funny.
Okay.
Which I know sounds so funny, but it's so
Okay.
true.
So first, why does he get stressed when there is a plan?
When there is a plan or isn't a plan?
When there isn't a plan, we'll start with
When
that.
there isn't a plan. Well, I know I come from a family where we just don't plan any. It's okay. They can't hurt you in this moment.
Just later when they
can't
watch
hurt
the
you.
episode.
Yeah, exactly. Then they will.
There you go.
So my family is just, it's always been like this my entire life. It was like, okay, where do we want to go eat? Oh, I don't know. Where do you think we should eat? Well, how about this place? No, I'm not really feeling that. Okay, well, how about this place? No, I don't really want to do that either. So it's like my whole childhood, like growing up. And now it's like, we do family vacations together where it's all of us all together, which we love. It's a great
That's
time to
awesome.
spend with family. We're very fortunate to be able to do that.
Yeah.
But it does get very frustrating when there isn't a plan. And Andrew definitely voices that a lot more than I do. I like structure to some degree, but like he really wants to know like where he's going. And I think some of it comes from like his upbringing of having, siblings with disabilities. So it's like they have to plan everything. Like I make fun of them all the time because we go to a restaurant and before anyone can sit, we all have to determine where everyone is sitting first.
Where's everyone sitting at the table?
It stresses me out because I'm like, just tell me where I'm going to sit. I'll sit right here.
Yeah.
No, that's not. Okay, I'll move right here. Like, I just go with the flow and they're like, oh, no, this person's going to sit here. And like, we'll go to the movies. It's the same way.
Yeah.
Oh, you sit here. No. Well, the wheelchair's got to fit here. Like, it's all very structured. And that's just not something that my family does really well. And it does irritate him quite a lot.
Just a bit.
All right.
We love you, Mom and Dad.
Breathe out. I'm going to say this because I'm just now realizing my family does that with seating. I think it's a more homeschooled
I wonder
thing.
if it is.
I
Might
think
be.
because like whenever even I realized it at work, whenever I was like on shoots for various things, I would have the entire crew with me and I'd be like, okay, you're going to sit here, you're going to sit here, you're going to sit around, like telling everyone. And they looked at me like, why are you like,
Why are you
why are you
controlling
telling
where we're
me
sitting?
like where we're sitting? I'm like, oh no.
Yeah,
I'm
so
doing
maybe it is a
But it's
homeschool
like,
thing.
you always know where your family's going to sit. Like there's
Yeah.
always like a thing. The oldest sits beside the youngest to make sure that they're okay. The middle kids sit furthest away because no one cares about them and they'll be fine on their own.
For yourself.
Yeah, exactly. So you like have that kind of flow that's there, and it always is the same way. I think even at church, whenever we would go there, we would always have like
Who's
the
sitting
person
next to mom, and so it was the opposite in church. The middle child had to sit closest to the parents because they had to like no, stop it,
Exactly.
stop doing that.
Well, see, it was very different for me in church because my grandmother was the pastor. So, like, my family, they were all serving. So it was usually my grandmother.
yeah.
And we had our cousins who would, like, we'd go and hang out in the back and stuff. And my grandmother was very much like, no, we're not playing in church. We're not doing these things. So if I got in trouble, that's when my sister and I got called over to go sit next to Mamaw. And that's when you know you were in trouble. And we would talk about it on the way home.
That's fair.
So it was very different for me, very different structure, but yeah.
So I just want to put in I put both for the first question because I think when there is not a plan in place, we both stress out. I do think like I know I do it more, but I think you also stress out. But like when there isn't a plan in place and we're not responsible for the plan, I also think we both kind of are chill with that if that's like the plan. So like when we go on cruises, right? When we like go on the trips and things like that and enjoy getting away, it's like we don't plan what we're going to do. And so like sometimes it's like we're just gonna relax, we're just gonna chill, we're just gonna go with the flow. And like when we plan on going with the flow, it's great, it's wonderful. We'll just be like, well, we'll go do this thing or we'll go do that thing, or you know, if we want to we'll go do that, but we don't have to. But like when it's this, and that's what like the family vacations is, it's like I feel like we have such a limited time and there's so much that like everyone's wanting to do, but then there isn't a plan in place of what we're going to do. So then I'm like, am I relaxing today or am I going places today? Like, what do I mentally prepare myself for the day? Do I need to put on like clothes to go out in public, or are we just hanging out around the house? Or like, you know, one of the best things of like when we travel up to visit our family up north is that like there's all these restaurants and all these food places that we have to go check out. And so I'm like, is today a restaurant day? Or just like going to restaurants and then like walking around and doing shopping? You know, like what is the day's plans? And when we don't know, it's like, so it's weird.
And
it's
then
weird.
Andrew falls out of buses while we're eating at restaurants in my hometown and sprains his ankle.
Only 7 months after dating, and your father-in-law is there, and you almost say a lot of adult words in front of your father-in-law, who's a pastor. I did not say pickle. I didn't actually say any bad words. I was great. I wanted to say a lot of not podcast appropriate words when I twisted my ankle really bad.
All right, speaking of podcast not appropriate words, let's pivot over to the next course, which is more scrumptious, the meat of the meal that is here. Pop culture.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Yeah, here we go. So my first one is an easy one. Who is more likely to discover something and assume it's brand new to everyone? So whether it's a song, a movie, something that's there, it's like, I can't believe everyone doesn't talk about this, even though they have maybe in 2001, 2002 or so.
Okay.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Andrew.
It's me.
All right, why is that?
Because I'm homeschooled and I just assume either things are new or it's like my pop culture jumping off point is around 2014 when I like was no longer at my parents' house. I started like listening to the radio. So this was like my start point for a lot of things. So sometimes I'll rediscover something in like the early 2000s. I'm like, this is great. This is like manna from heaven. This is beautiful. And then everyone's like, yeah, that was a thing and we're done with that. And I'm like, but what if? Hear me out. What if we don't?
But I will say though too, Andrew is a little bit more in like the kids scene with being a teacher. So he kind of gets things a little bit faster than I do because I deal with like at work, I deal with like younger adults that are definitely not in my age range. And it definitely shows when they say things and habits that I pick up like period or things like that. But but he gets the whole awful combination of numbers that I have definitely banned from my workplace and from our home.
That's fair.
So
I am the reason they're banned from the home.
yes,
No.
not from me.
Well, here's the thing, and this is something you just learn in life. Yes, exactly. You know, it's like this or that. But like I have learned, especially when working with children, is that if you don't embrace it and if you fight it, it's just going to make it worse. So if you embrace it, the kids want to get rid of it so much faster because they're like, and now I'm just walking around just like, and I like mimic. First of all, they cringe terribly.
Yes, you've ruined
and
it.
then I've ruined it. But now they don't want to do it anymore. And so it's great. And that's how you get rid of it. You have to embrace it. The more you fight it, the more it sticks.
So Andrew, you're
like,
destroying culture at schools?
Yeah, he is. Yes, I think he just admitted that on the podcast. Are you sure you want to keep this in the podcast?
I plead the fifth.
You plead the fifth?
Yes.
Okay, that's fair. Like, oh no. Oh gosh.
Just
that's
problematic culture.
That's fair. You're like, I'm fixing it.
There was one time just speaking about like making kids cringe. So I had at the after school that I worked at, it's like elementary school, preschool or kindergarten and middle schoolers who are all there. And they were like, there was this one room we were having snack and like it was a mess. mess, and the kindergartners and the elementary school kids were helping, and the middle schoolers were off at their table chit-chatting and being so above it and like leaving all of the other kids to work the mess. And I was like, outright, I was like, listen here, each of you, because I could have like, oh well, because it's a taekwondo school, so I was like, we could do push-ups, or you could do wall squats, I could do something like punishment. I'm like, no, here's what's going to hurt a lot worse. You're either going to start cleaning up in the next 10 seconds, or I'm going to start singing the Barney cleanup song in the worst way possible. And they just looked at me in disbelief and then didn't clean. So I did it. And let me tell you, that was the most effective way I have ever seen middle schoolers instantly start cleaning up.
Oh my gosh.
I was out of pitch. My voice cracked. It was like hoarse and also high pitched at the same time. I don't know how to explain it, but it was beautiful in its chaos.
You know that is illegal according to the Geneva Accords.
The Geneva Convention.
So
listen, the Geneva Convention was not written for middle schoolers. Okay.
Josh. All right, we'll consider whether we're putting that in or not. Last question for the main meal, which is a little sauce on top. This is a more generalistic question. What is one thing your partner, I guess, showed you or brought you into, introduced to you that you hadn't experienced before, seen, heard, or something like that? What was that?
Do we do this one at a time then?
Yes.
Okay.
So you can write down like one word that kind of connects into it. Think about it too. I'll give you a little time. Just something that you hadn't experienced before, but you're like, oh wow, it could be something interesting, could be something terrible, it could be something that you're just like, it's crazy. If you're talking like pop culture as well, Andrew, that might be funny.
I've got 2 answers. So
you got 2 answers? You could do 3 answers. You could do 4. I don't know.
I've got 2 big answers.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
So we'll start with Bree.
Okay.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Okay. D&D.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Tell us a little bit about that.
So it's so terrible of me. So when I was in high school, I did dual enrollment. So I did a program where I did my associate's degree and all of that.
Nice.
So I did my high school at a college, and every day at lunch there was this group of students that would sit there and play Magic the Gathering. And I just sat there and I was like, these people are the lamest like people I've ever seen. Like they've probably like never talked to anyone outside of their little squad they had going on, whatever I don't know what they call them with Magic the Gathering, but I was like, I could never get into that. Like there's no way I can't imagine like having to role play things. I can't imagine having to like play a game for so long and all these things. And then I met Andrew. And the funny thing is, he cut off our first date a little. Not true. Cut it, but like we talked for like 3 hours. Like we're sitting at Starbucks for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh my gosh, I just looked at the time, and I have like a previous engagement that I need to be at." And I'm like, "I'm so sorry." I think he actually said maybe dinner. Well, what he didn't share with me was that he left me to go play D&D. And I found this out later.
His true love.
His true love was D&D. No. But yeah, I remember when he like first talked to me about it, and like it's funny because it was like D&D and diving were like the 2 things we talked about during our first date, and I told him, I was like, I will never do that. Like those 2
Either
things.
of those things.
Either of those things, you will not catch me playing D&D, and you will never catch me under the water in scuba suit.
I actually don't think we talked about D&D on our first date.
Did we not?
No, because I refused to let you know how nerdy I was right off the bat.
Well,
okay.
He definitely talked to me about diving, and I said I would never do that. And he got me to do that a year later.
Yeah.
With some coaxing from my family.
Yes, with some coaxing. You know, when you get hey, we're going to pay for your scuba certification for Christmas. It's like, oh God, I actually have to do this. But
it's awesome, and we had a great time.
Yes, we had a fantastic time.
We won't talk about the certification.
No, we won't talk about that. That was not a fun time. Okay. But D&D, I believe like I sat and watched them play a D&D one-shot where they played a Wendy's playthrough of it. Oh
my gosh.
And I caught them on like the tail end of things where someone became a haunted like chicken nugget or something silly. Like I don't even remember what happened.
I think it was, if I'm remembering correctly, so this was not D&D actually. This was like Wendy's made their own tabletop RPG system. But I think my little brother was pretending to be a potato controlled by like a mage hand. a sentient
yes.
potato being controlled by a mage hand. So I think that's what you walked in
Maybe
on.
that's what I walked in on. I just remember going,
gosh.
these guys are so weird.
Yeah.
Like, and then
Did you rethink everything at that point?
Yeah,
Just a little bit?
Yeah, just a little bit. I was like, oh, no, just kidding.
He's in the room, but you can tell the
Yeah,
truth.
exactly. But then his brother wanted us to all get together to play D&D for his birthday.
Yeah.
And
That was such a bad
it
introduction.
was a really
to D&D
terrible
for you.
introduction to D&D, but it's okay. So I was basically told, like, oh, here, like, I'll help you. We'll go through everything. Me being the last minute planner that Philip knows I am, because Philip's also ran a D&D campaign with me, and I am not timely when it comes to creating characters.
It's fine.
We're 30 minutes or an hour before we have to play, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with my character. So Andrew's sitting there like coaching me on what to do, and oh, you can try this or do this. Do you want an animal friendly
She played
companion?
a ranger.
Yeah, like, do you
Nice.
want this? Like, what do you want it to be called? And I got sat in between my brother-in-laws,
Ooh.
Oh,
one who didn't even look at me the whole time,
oh, my
and
little
the
brother.
other one who just told me, oh, you just, yeah, sure, you can do that. And I'm like, but should I? Oh, I mean, you could. Okay, that's super helpful. So then
an
it was
option.
not a good
Okay, I'm so sorry.
experience.
But honestly, like with that threshold, we got to just go up from there, because that was the
This
other
is true.
problem. It was just a terrible one shot
Yeah.
altogether.
The
'cause
bar
I was
is so-
running.
so
the bar
low.
was so low
Yes.
Yeah.
that when she actually got to start playing real D&D, it was like, oh, okay, so this is what it can be when it's good.
Okay.
And then
Yes.
that was when you played your barbarian. But that was the next one, right?
Yes, I played the barbarian, and that was a little bit better.
Yes.
And then I just had like roid rage.
I would like to rage, please.
Yes. And
to
so that
rage
was
again.
fun.
With your double-sided glaive. That was fun.
Can I rage on
Yes.
top of an already rage? Can I rage with a rage?
I would like to rage.
Yes, double, triple
Rage
rage,
squared.
please. It was a good outlet for my angers and frustrations at my job, so it helped.
I see.
But now, yeah, I mean, we play, I play with Philip and,
Mm-hmm.
and his wife and, his siblings and one
She's
of
good
our
at
other
it,
friends.
yeah.
And
Yes,
yeah,
she's great.
yeah, no, it's a lot
One
of fun.
of the best characters in your one shot that you hosted for my birthday.
It was so great.
Phenomenal one shot. But
thank you.
your
was a
her
phenomenal
character
one
again,
shot.
proof that she can be a comedian.
Yes.
Like, which is gonna go into my answer actually.
Okay.
So I'm gonna use this as a segue.
Let's do it.
Because her character was inspired by what she introduced me to as the Golden Girls.
Oh.
And so she introduced me to the Golden Girls, which I had never. Well, I had seen clips of before, but she like sat me down and we watched it, and I was just like, the entire time, like slack jawed. I was just like, oh, Blanche, you can't say that.
But she did.
But she did.
over and over again.
Over and over again. So that was just like a fun pop culture thing that she introduced me to, that I got to like fully get to embrace through her. And the other thing was cats, hilariously enough, because at that, when we first started dating, I was a dog person. I was like, I want a dog. I like, cats are cute, but I'm pretty sure I'm allergic to them. And like, I can never see myself living with cats full time. Obviously now that we have 4, clearly that has changed, but she got her first kitty right before we met up for the first time.
It was the day before our first date.
Yes, she got
And I went to the shelter and got Loki.
yes,
So it was like, if this doesn't work out,
at
At least I have the cat. And also, like, you're gonna have to figure this out
Yep.
because I'm
yeah.
not. If it's between you and the cat, I'm sorry,
Oh, yeah.
but like Loki's gonna win
respect
every
that.
time.
Yes.
I love the commitment. You were
Yes,
just like,
absolutely.
I got this. I got
It was
the cat
so
yesterday.
funny because like in
care.
my mind when I first saw it, and I think we've talked about it since, and I was like, that's such a big decision to make right before you're about to meet someone. I'm like, it's like, I looked back at it, I was like, it was a first date. Like there was no guarantee that it was going to work. Why would she not get a cat when she's about to go on her first date with a guy? Like, you don't know what.
I
What?
do love the fact that you were like, I'm such a great guy. Like, why would she make this decision before finishing our date out?
Right? And then the realization of like, oh wait, no, I'm not that important.
You were. She stayed with you. That's fantastic.
But I met Loki, her first cat, and bonded instantly. And then like the night I came in and played with him, her roommate at the time had a not so nice cat who came out, and then Loki came and like hid behind me as a barrier to protect him, and we've been like close ever since.
This is true.
To an extreme amount sometimes.
But you were saying something as well?
Yes. Yeah. So one thing that Andrew didn't mention about us matching and him saying, oh, I was his second match, was that I had several matches and went out on a couple dates. Like even my roommate, who is your wife,
Yes.
she encouraged me because she's like, if I were you, Brie, I don't know, I would have just given up. Like that's what she told me, because I had so many disaster dates. I had a guy who like walked me all around Epcot. Like we walked around the World Showcase twice. We talked about him the entire time.
Of course, because he's
we
so
stopped
interesting.
for him to be able to fill up his water bottle, and that was it. Like I'm like dying of heat exhaustion. It's hot. I had no water, no nothing. Like didn't offer to like, hey, let's go ride a ride. No, nothing. It was
Terrible
like,
date.
hey, let's go to the land and go ride that, and then we'll leave. And so that was the date before I met Andrew.
Okay.
So for him to say like, oh yeah, like why would you make such a big life altering decision? I'm sitting here thinking, because I'm not gonna actually date this guy.
To be fair, I never said that to you. Like I want to make that. That was just an internal
but
thought
it's
that I
just funny
had.
that you had that thought, and I'm sitting here like, oh, this is like the third or fourth date I've been on, and it's probably not going to go anywhere. So,
Aww. Bree's like, just like yet another person, and just like, this is the moment that I find my wife.
No, it was funny because I remember like my sister and I, she had just been broken up with her boyfriend, and so her and I had a little like Valentine's Day. We went out to dinner, and her and I both like, we were like, I hate dating, I hate boys, they're stupid. And I told her, I was like, I think we just need to just like stop on the dating apps and stuff like that. And she was like, I don't know. So like I told her, I said, okay, I'm gonna give it till today because I'm lonely and I'm bitter, so I'll give it till today, and then tomorrow I'm gonna uninstall the app. And then I matched with him, and my sister matched with her now husband.
Oh,
so yeah, funny things happen.
The Lord works in mysterious ways, I guess.
Yes, he definitely
The
does.
Lord or the algorithm, one of the two.
Well, that's fantastic. I do have one more thing because you finished the main course that's here.
All right.
A dessert. For the dessert, we're going to pivot over to a wonderful story because I would love to hear what Bree's thoughts are on some of our episodes. It's fun because whenever we record, it's just obviously me and Andrew, but it's always like afterwards we hear from Bree or my own wife, just like what their input is. Sometimes it's the same as ours. Sometimes it's different. And they're like, how dare you say that about that? That is not how this is working out. So now you get to say it live to all the audiences and then let everyone know what your opinions are about this as well. And Andrew, you get to hear it first on there. Okay, so as we do before, we change the bad word that is on the MID to picklefoot because it's a fun homeschool term. And this is no different because there is potentially a picklefoot along with it. So you guys ready?
Your board, so you don't have to hold that anymore. Okay.
And you guys can put it on the floor, or if you want to write stuff down while this is going, you can too.
Take notes.
Take notes. Okay. Are you prepped? You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. The title is, Am I the picklefoot for not making Valentine's Day perfect for my wife every year?
Oh, no.
All right.
Okay.
Here we go. They started out with that. I've never posted here, but hoping to get some perspective and objective opinions. Awesome that I'm spending V-Day on Reddit. Anyway, I've been happily married for 24 years. My wife and I get along really well. We almost never fight. I compromise and support her if she feels strongly about something, and she tends to also do the same for me. Except when it comes to Valentine's Day. In 25 years of being together, I'm including dating plus married years, we have never had a good Valentine's Day. Ever. The first few Valentine's Days early in our relationship, I was running my own business and working insane hours. I'd make dinner reservations, lay out rose petals around our apartment, bring home flowers and wine, etc. But I'd get home late, like at 8 or 9 p.m. And in her mind, V-Day was ruined. We'd fight and not even go out for dinner. So after 3 years of making some effort each year, but making some mistake, not saying happy Valentine's Day first thing in the morning, working too long on Valentine's Day, etc., we agreed to stop making this day such a big deal. We go on date nights literally all the time, at least 2 or 3 times per month. Our relationship is rock solid. We buy each other gifts on our anniversary, Christmas, and birthdays, but Valentine's Day always goes wrong. Okay, here's the fun part. As I type this, I'm staring at a bouquet of dozen roses on the ground. We have dinner reservations at our favorite restaurant in an hour. She made the reservation 1 month ago, but we just got into a huge fight because I didn't give her the flowers earlier in the day. I had to work, she took the day off, and she believes I don't put in enough effort on Valentine's Day. I said to her, I don't think it makes sense that we have had such bad Valentine's Days when we never fight and we never question our love for each other. I never miss or forget an anniversary or birthday. I told her I think she's putting this weird traditional pressure on me as the man to have my own planning and executing of the perfect Valentine's Day, knowing I literally never have a problem showing her how much I love her. She claims I told her I don't care about Valentine's Day, so she should never have to put in the effort to make the day special. I said she knows me well enough to know that I like romance too, and I wouldn't turn down romantic gestures from her just because it's Valentine's Day, and that the only reason I dislike Valentine's Day in our relationship is because we've literally never had a good one. Then she walked out of the room and went to bed. So, am I the picklefoot for calling out how no matter what I do on Valentine's Day, it's never enough, and that she changes the dynamic of our relationship on this one day of the year as like a test of my love for her, leaving her off the hook to have to reciprocate gestures of love to me?
3, 2, 1.
Sure. 3, 2, 1.
Not the
No,
picklefoot?
not the picklefoot.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I don't
Okay.
think he's the picklefoot in this situation.
Okay, why?
I think that firstly, she shouldn't put that much pressure on him, especially when they've spent 25 Valentines together. Like, that's a lot of pressure to put on somebody. And it's like, yes, you want it to be special, but like Andrew and I are usually really intentional about like, we plan things, and like sometimes we'll say, okay, so you plan the date night tonight, or hey, I want to do something special for you for your birthday. So like, I want to surprise you. So like, let's do that. But like, we don't ever put expectations on each other. And I feel like when you're in a marriage like that, it's important to not have those expectations, especially knowing that he works. And that's a whole other complexity to it, because I know what my work life is like and he knows what my work life is like. Sometimes,
that, yeah.
yeah, it's like I may be scheduled 8 hours and I end up being there for 10 hours. And, you know, even if I have something planned, sometimes work has to take the priority. And so to put these expectations of, oh, I needed the flowers earlier, or thank you for planning a dinner, but if you would have given me this sooner, I would have been happier. Like, that's a really unrealistic expectation of your husband,
That's fair. That's
in my
fair.
opinion.
Yeah.
All right,
I mean,
Andrew?
that was kind of more very similar along the lines that I was going with. So like, there is a part of me that's like, okay, if you know Valentine's Day is such a like taboo in your house, why don't you like take that day off of work? Or like, there is that part of me that's like, why don't you literally make sure you do everything to make sure it doesn't go bad? But also at the same time, I do think as a society, we put such a weird pressure on Valentine's Day to be like this like perfect gesture of romance,
Yes.
right? And it's like, I think the sad part about Valentine's Day is it is what it is because there is so little romance that some people experience throughout the years,
Yeah.
or throughout the year leading up to this day. And so like, but that's the part that's really hard for me with this story is it's like the guy even said, like, we go on date nights 2 to 3 times a month, which for like busy working adults is a great like thing. Like
it's awesome.
trying to like average one, you know,
Yeah.
trying to average one date night a week, I think is a great thing to go for. If not once every 2 weeks is perfect if you're really busy lives.
They said 2 to 3 times per month.
Yeah,
So that's
so-
a
Yeah,
lot.
that's-
Yeah.
that's a lot.
Absolutely. At minimum 2 weeks, 1.5 to 2 weeks
Yeah.
per date night, which I think is a great thing, especially for like full adults. It's hard.
Yeah.
And so it's hard hearing that like it's not being appreciated. And that again, it's like kind of like he was saying that like we do so well. Why is this the thing that falls apart?
Yeah.
And again, I know we're supposed to like that's the part that's hard for me is that it's like we're supposed to trust OP and we're supposed to be like, okay,
Yeah.
take his word for point, but is there something else happening here?
Yes.
Because that's the part where I'm just like, okay, but if you know this day is so important to her that it's been an issue for 25 years, why didn't you take the day off of work? Why didn't you like do something intentional to make it special?
Yeah.
Because that's the thing is it's like, you know, that's the communication side of it.
But he also did say though that like Valentine's just isn't important to him anymore because of like the way that she reacts, and like they've had such bad Valentines already.
Yeah.
So then why would you continue to make an effort? And it sounded like he at least still made an effort, but
Roses on the floor. He's looking at
like
them as he's typing.
Exactly. He attempted.
And that's the part where it's just like that's a level of almost like spite of like you're gonna throw the roses he bought you on the floor. That would hurt my heart so much. Of like if I bought you flowers and I walked in, you threw them on the floor.
No, the only one that throws flowers on our floor are our cats.
Oh, that's
this is so true.
The Lego flowers on the floor.
Yeah,
I'm so
or
sorry
any
about
of them,
that.
to be honest.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Anything falls on the floor or is victim to a bite or two.
So I do agree with both of you because I feel like it's a lot of pressure that's on him. What I thought was so interesting about this story and how I kind of phrased it before us, like we believe OP, is kind of what Andrew's saying there. It seems like there's something else going on here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because he's saying everything is wonderful.
Yeah.
There is no issues in my relationship whatsoever. We've never fought. Even when something goes wrong, she goes over and she's like, honey, you're right. I messed up on that thing. I'm like, no, you're right. I shouldn't have done that. And then they hug and they go about their day. I'm like, okay, first of all, that might be how your relationship is. Like, fair. That's wonderful. Congratulations to you. But how does it go from everything's perfect and wonderful, and then this one day everything goes wrong? But then kind of what you're saying too, if everything is perfect, right? But then on this one day, suddenly something falls apart.
Wrong.
Either one way, it feels like she is putting way too much focus on this for a very big reason, and you might want to like sit down instead of being like, why are you so angry with me for not doing it perfectly? But like, why do you care so much? Because you might find there's like a crazy thing where some crazy person said, you'll never have a wonderful Valentine's Day, and you'll know that it's the right man when he actually is able to show you a good Valentine. She's like, I've been married to this dude for 24, 25 years, and he still can't get this right.
Yeah.
Or on the other side, maybe it's not as wonderful as you think it is, but you're assuming, and then it all comes down to this one day where she's going, okay, all the things you did throughout the year are kind of
compiling in this
one moment.
Well, oh, sorry. I was going to say, I also found it interesting. Like, I can't remember his exact verbiage, but how he said, I compromise or something, like I make compromises or something like that. Can you reread that?
I compromise and support her if she feels strongly about something. She tends to also do the same for me.
Yeah. So that's where I feel like there must be some tension for him to feel like he has to throw that in of like, listen, I make compromises. Whether she takes it or not, and if she feels really strongly about something, I just go along with it.
I was waiting for you to notice that one because like, it was very specific in there. I compromise. Yeah. She sometimes does the same.
Well, the red flag for me was when he was like, we never fight. I'm like, that's a lie. I'm not saying like, and I want to make this clear.
Yeah.
Of like, Bree and I don't fight in the sense of like, oh, we like screaming match, things get thrown across the room, you know, like the stereotypical Hollywood fight. But we have disagreements, and there are things like we disagree strongly about. Sometimes where we have to work through this. We have to go through this. So to tell someone we don't fight in like the 25 years we've been married, I'm like, that sounds like a lie. Respectfully, not saying like, because I hate when I hear people say, oh, well, marriage is hard or marriage is this kind of thing. So I'm like, no. Marriage doesn't have to be hard, but it does require work and it does require effort. And so it's like, if you're saying that marriage is hard, I'm like, well, are you with the right person? But on the other side of it being like, well, are you putting in the work to where you're both trying to work on bettering yourself? Because it's two people together who are both working on growing and maturing and becoming better people together.
Yes, sir.
But it's like, when someone says we haven't fought in like 25 years, we don't fight, we both just compromise. I'm like, okay, so that just sounds like two people who don't know how to handle conflict.
Yeah, they're avoiding conflict. Like that clearly is what the two of them are doing. Are they like they're just walking on eggshells with each other at this point? Yeah. Because it's like, oh, I got to skirt around what she wants or what he wants because, you know, clearly we can't agree, or but also we don't fight. We don't fight because we just don't talk about it.
We just push it under the rug. Ignore the fact that the rug is the size of a mountain now. It's just under the rug.
No one can see it.
No one can see it.
Fine. All right.
So I had a question.
Yes.
Did Opie reply to any of these comments or anything?
He did.
Oh,
You
let's
ready
get
for
into
the
it. Let's do it.
comments?
Okay.
I'm just only going to do one just because I feel like this is the
Okay.
most interesting. But they said on Reddit, they said he is not the picklefoot.
Okay.
One of the top ones that he responded to was, there is nothing you could possibly do here to have a perfect Valentine's Day. She will always want more. I don't really agree with that fully, but, he responded. He said, in her defense, she says, if I just plan dinner myself and bring her flowers, that's all she needs and she'll be fine. But it's on me to do that. This year, she booked dinner because she rightfully believes I would have booked the reservation too late. But I did buy wine and flowers, and yet we still got into a fight because I should have said Happy Valentine's Day and given them to her earlier.
I feel like there's so much. So there's layers. This is an onion. This is an onion relationship. Let's pull back the layers.
So I think one of the most interesting things that came from this one too is it's like he didn't do it the right time. I'm not going to read too far into this because I feel like it gets kind of crazy if we start going, well, what really happened here? He didn't do the reservation for dinner.
Yep.
He also got wine and flowers, but doesn't seem like he really explained to her that he was getting her wine and flowers for this day. So let's say you're waking up in the morning, right? It's Valentine's Day. You might wake up beside your partner. Maybe he's off at work or something like that. But if you have seen him in the morning, what would you expect him to do on Valentine's Day when you see him?
At least say Happy Valentine's Day. Give you your whatever he bought. And not just...
So if he didn't do that, I'm just thinking like maybe he woke up that morning and went, oh, I got to go to work. See you later. And she was like, is there something, kind of the whole thing like, what day is it? Do you remember what day it is? And he's like, sure, whatever. Yeah, okay.
It's always
yeah.
a trap.
Yeah.
Anytime a woman asks you, what day is it? You know exactly. You better figure it out.
Either what day, do you remember what day
Wednesday?
it is? Either that or they. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So it feels like he failed that test. And then the rest of the day, she was mulling over that failure of a test.
And she was off.
She was off, so she's at home.
I'd be rage cleaning the house.
And so then he comes back home and he's brought the flowers. Maybe he got to work and his coworkers are like, hey man, what you got for Valentine's Day? Ah, darn it. I'll stop by the store and get flowers and wine.
And I wonder if that's exactly what happened because of the fact that she's saying, oh, we have dinner reservations in an hour. And it's like, I bet that hour is when he got home from work with the wine and flowers. Well, look, I remembered. I'm like, no, you stopped. And I bet you the roses are not like even red roses because he got the last thing that he could get out of the store. And so it's like a combination of the
Like
bouquet
sunflowers.
roses. Yeah, there's like a few sunflowers, which I love
Because
sunflowers, but not
her
for...
favorite flower, obviously.
Obviously.
You remember.
Yeah, you remember that, right? Yeah. This is your favorite. Yeah. We're fine. Our marriage is perfect.
We never fight.
We never fight.
I'm sorry. I also want to specify that if they never fight, but then have a fight every year on Valentine's Day, they
Then
do
you
fight.
I mean...
Just own up to it. You fight. It's okay.
Oh my gosh. But I just thought it was interesting to see this kind of really weird love story that's going on there. I do feel for Valentine's Day just kind of taking it a little bit easier, understanding what your partner does. What I found about this too is that he doesn't really talk about what really she wants until that comment. And that's the only time he kind of really popped in and said, hey, to her credit, she did give me a plan. I didn't follow the plan that she gave me. And so he's like, I feel like I shouldn't be in trouble, which I still feel like he's not the full picklefoot. He might be a soft
off of his perspective of the story.
If we go off his thing. But it's like, calming down. I say if anyone's in that similar situation, if you're the person who has been, I won't say smited, but like slighted during Valentine's Day, maybe taking a little bit slower, thinking about your partner. You don't have to go too far into that where you're like, oh, they're not too bad because maybe they did mess up. But you're like, hey, I didn't like the way you did that. Let's not throw away the entire day. I love the idea of let's not throw away the entire day. Let's realize that this is something that we are working through. Let's resolve it. And then they say refine the day or something like that afterwards.
Rebrand it, like make it work. I think like the best thing, like if you're ever in this situation as a listener, or like you're in that situation where you have messed up, I think the best thing that he could do is it's like give her space to be angry, cancel the wedding reservations, and then
reservations. Oh my gosh!
Cancel the wedding.
We're canceling their wedding 24 years ago. Go back in time.
Don't
marry this woman.
Cancel the dinner reservations, and then make her dinner and pour her a glass of wine, put on her favorite movie, and make it a date night at home as an apology. Because it's like, hey, look, like recognize that this did matter to her. And then try and meet that. Now, obviously, if what we have to go on is that like their relationship is perfect outside of this day of the month, then she'll be fine tomorrow. That's all you got to worry about. You just got to make it through the night, and then as long as you can survive the night, you'll be good for good for the next day.
Oh gosh,
do you agree with that?
Sort of. Okay. I think the other thing that I was gonna say too is like I think it's important too for them to also assess like, okay, well, what does next Valentine's Day look like? And like, I live with a husband who has ADHD.
Yes.
And so that sometimes poses problems where he forgets things or like, so what I would be asking, like even a month prior to Valentine's Day is, hey, I know like last year things just didn't work out the way that we wanted them to. Like, I noticed there's nothing on our calendar for a dinner reservation.
This is her dropping hints to me because it's
about a month.
Oh yeah, it is actually almost Valentine's Day. Yeah, do you have our Valentine's Day
I do not
reservations?
Yet, no.
That's okay. Later.
Oh, you know what though? I can ask you on the stream. Do you want to be my Valentine?
Oh yeah.
It's a little late depending on when this episode's coming out.
Well, but in real life, we didn't record this.
For real life, it is
for real life.
But yes, getting it prepped. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I think it's important, like, to then be like, okay, so I noticed there's no reservations on our calendar. Like, maybe have you thought about it? Like, have you made those reservations? Like, follow up. Or if you know that's something that he struggles with, maybe then offer, like, hey, I'll make the reservations, but like I do want it to be special. So like I these are my expectations for how I want Valentine's Day to go. And then, like follow up with him. Like, don't just have the conversation the day after Valentine's Day and expect him to remember that a whole year later or 364 days later. Like,
that's fair.
Have that follow up conversation if this continually is a pressure point in your marriage. Like, that's what I would say.
And I will speak to the men. Do better.
Okay. Oh no! Yeah, men.
He's speaking to the men now. Okay.
No, but even in that regard of like, and we've had to talk about this too when we were working through things. This is like, okay, but that like you shouldn't have to have the pressure of always doing that, and like that should not be the load of you have to keep up with the person. Like, okay, I have a phone that can give me reminders. I have a phone that I can put calendar dates on. I have a phone that can do all of this, so it shouldn't fall on you solely.
Yeah.
And it sounds like, from what we heard from that story, there might be a habit of her having to do that for him quite a bit.
Yeah.
So, do better if that's what happened. But it's not. You're not the picklefoot if your story is accurate. But
also, we have some questions.
But we have questions.
But I have over here the check. Whoever would like to pay
I will
for
take that. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
fantastic.
I trained him well.
It might be a little more.
You can pay for that.
Oh no.
So we take money, cash, credit, even checks here, but we also take social media links as well. So Andrew,
I do have a few social media links that I can give out in terms of compensation.
Okay.
So if you're interested in some juicy shorts that we do with shorts as in video shorts, not like pairs of shorts. I want to make this clear.
Like jorts?
Yes.
Okay.
shorts. No, don't make me think about that now. I'm thinking about
If
shorts.
you're at jean shorts, that means jorts. And Nick Jonas is in it, okay? Just like let me have my moment with Nick Jonas, okay?
Oh gosh.
That's the new Jonas, the Christmas special thing?
No, he was on Jimmy Fallon. And it's him with Will Ferrell and Jimmy Fallon, and they're singing,
amazing.
I got my jorts.
Okay.
My jorts, jean shorts. That means jorts. It's okay. I'll show you later.
Okay.
So anyways, if you want to watch videos or other fun social media stuff, make sure you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all of those places. You can also, if you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell to hear whenever we get new episodes posted, and come chat with us during the episode premiere. If you are listening on Spotify, iTunes, or any other place where you can listen to your podcast, make sure that you follow along, give us a 5-star review because it just lets more people listen to the podcast. We've got some more fun stuff planned this year, so please stick around. This has been fun so far. We've already had more guests on this semester than we did last semester.
Which is wild. Like just me figuring out the logistics of all of this, but I am so
Philip's
happy.
It's been fantastic.
Oh, thank you. You've been fantastic as well. But Bree has been wonderfully fantastic. Thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you for putting up with our craziness there. Thank you for especially putting up with his craziness.
Honestly, I
want to make it clear, and this is something that
oh no, here we go.
I want to preface before we end the episode. So I gave her an out. I recognized how wild I was, and I think I was like, what was it, before we got engaged? No, after we got engaged, we were like planning the wedding stuff and like starting to make deposits and things. I'm like, I just want you to know, you're signing up for all of this forever. Are you good with that? And I was like, this is your out now. I'm giving you an out. She was like, nah.
He was sobbing on the floor, wasn't he?
Yes,
just like,
he was.
You have an out. And you were like,
he was.
No, I'm good. I'll stay with you.
Okay, if you say so, I'll do it. We won't talk about the money that his parents gave me under the table, to marry him off.
No.
There was definitely a dowry.
I had a dowry.
100%. They were like, please take him.
But Bree, before we end this, we usually ask our audience to comment something down below. So what should they comment for this episode?
If they made it to the end.
I would say comment with your best or worst Valentine's date that you've ever had.
Ooh, I meant to talk about that actually.
That's okay.
Because that was.
We could put it in the Sheltered Sages Plus or the Sheltered Sages Unsheltered Plus Sages shorts. It'll be in there. It'll be there.
Short, we'll have to talk about that because that's a story.
Thank you for listening, and we will see you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.